Vaush, what do you mean? What is a white supremacist in your definition that you're using here?
So, generally speaking, when I say white supremacist, I'm referring to a person who believes that there is A, some sort of fundamental distinction between B, one who believes that either the white race is superior in some empirical sense, or other social actions to prioritize that group of people. Recognize that Asians and Ashkenazi Jews have a higher IQ. White supremacy can be as vague and indistinct as like a Karen in some suburban neighborhood, like calling the police because she thinks there are some suspicious dudes outside because they're like black and they're just chilling.
Okay. Thank you. Are you fine with that definition of white supremacist before we continue?
For me, like, I would go with the person that feels that white people are superior to all other races and all other races are, are or should be subservient to whites and things should be done only for the benefit of whites.
Vaush, do you have any issues with that definition?
Yeah, that's not the actual definition at all. That's a highly unacademic definition of white supremacy.
Okay, not to start the video off with some Thanksgiving dinner table politics talk, but YouTube leftists slash bread tubers are generally kinda degenerate freaks and weirdos and should be maybe locked in a cage. Now, I'm specifically talking about prominent YouTuber slash live streamer Vaush. This guy is huge in the online left-wing politics streaming slash YouTuber space, and he is a big, huge degenerate. Like, genuinely, this guy might need to be castrated because he can't control himself, and that's not me talking. Well, it is me talking, but the fact that I'm saying this comes from these leaks that have just come out of him getting exposed, okay? His private folders on his desktop got leaked accidentally on a live stream, and oh my god! This guy needs to, like, call his lawyer or something. He better call Saul, because there's no defending what we just saw. And if the leaks are confirmed, which, I mean, I don't know why I say if they're confirmed, they are confirmed, this guy should never be allowed to A, own a pet, B, be able to purchase a zoo ticket, C, just generally not be around other people or animals. And, yeah, that leads us into the nature of the leaks. I think you guys are kind of guessing where this is going. So, Vaush, like I said, very popular leftist political streamer. He's one of those guys who's like, eat the rich! He's a progressive, a socialist, and a special needs classroom graduate. I don't know how this guy has people that listen to him with open ears, but more than his politics, this guy is genuinely a demented person. He is a perv. He needs to be banned from society. Alright, so if you don't know the lore around this person, which I'm not expecting you to, because why would you spend time learning about this blog backstory? It's just not in your best interest and not a great use of your time. You're better off doing like a crossword puzzle or a Sudoku. This guy Vaush spends a lot of his time on live streams debating people who have different political views than him, and he has a lot of opinions that he feels very strongly on. Now, there's one very strange part of this guy's backstory, and it's that he kind of fantasizes about horses.
This is real fire, and I don't know how you would be able to work around that. It doesn't hurt if it likes you. In the anime, if it trusts you, you can touch the fire. Okay, well, hopefully it likes me because I'd be trying to have it. I think all of us couldn't deny that it's pretty. I know you all agree. Galarian, all the Galarian transforms I've seen so far have been pretty ugly. Okay. Well, up until this point they were. This isn't. Psychic Fairy. Oh, man. I would Galarian Rapidash. First of all, trans colors represent. Second of all, Psychic Fairy. Can you imagine a combination more capable of... Seriously, it's a horse. It is a horse. I agree.
Now, he's not a furry, he's not part of the furry community or anything like that, but for some reason, this guy just is really attracted to horses. Now, this is not me making like just baseless accusations. There's plenty of clips dating back to 2019 of this guy being on live stream just talking about horses in a very peculiar way. But not just that, Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens in human form has decided to produce some very strange FBI investigation worthy takes on issues such as cheese pizza.
Still don't care. I still think that, like, zoo on stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral
or legal argument as to why possession of child should be illegal.
Get this guy in handcuffs! Nah, because, like, why do I see that clip going around with people just saying, like, oh, this is a yikes take, my dude. This is a major yikes. No. This is a major calls for the police to investigate his hard drive and subsequently detain him and have him in a police car until they further investigate him. I know this isn't what this video is about, but why would you ever say this? Like, okay, let's say he doesn't have anything weird on his hard drive, which isn't true because that's why I'm making this video and we'll get into it. But let's say when this clip came out, he wasn't a weirdo. Why would you say that? Why would you say, I'm not convinced morally why it's bad to have that on your hard drive? Bro, you're a fucking weirdo. Anyway, back to the horses, because this guy seems to have a big interest in horses, if you know what I mean by interest. Recently on a live stream, Vaush was downloading something from a website onto his computer, but in the process accidentally leaked one of his folders that had some very disgusting material on it. Now I have to blur what got leaked, but I can show you the clip, and you can see in the clip as he accidentally leaks his folder, he freaks out. He's like, whoa, uh-oh. And okay, so this is the least favorite part of my job. I have to like describe what's on his folder. So there's a lot of NSFW drawing stuff, like with anime girls and stuff, but there's two particular images in this hard drive that are drawing depictions of a horse and a person. Yeah, I think the basically you can fill in the blank there. Anyway, here's a video of him complaining about like degenerate freaks while he himself is a degenerate freak.
What is it about anime that attracts Nazis? In this case, it's literally the pedophilia angle. It's that anime has a ton of f***ing shit, and a ton of Nazis are hyper insecure in their masculinity, and they want like a trad wife or whatever, untainted by feminism, that they can control and manipulate because they have no other experiences. And anime is perfect for people with that kind of psychosis.
A few moments later.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to. Whoa!
Okay, freeze that.
Tighten up on that wing.
Vector in on that guy by the back wheel.
Zoom in right here on this spot.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pile?
So let's say I'm the president of the United States. I, govern the citizens of this country, Vaush being one of them. Day one in office, I would pass an executive order that bars him from ever streaming / using the internet / owning technology ever again. And we would send him to Alcatraz Island with level 7 maximum security, basically in solitary confinement. And my political opponents, those who ran against me when I was running for president, would, say something along the lines of like, well, no, Vaush could be rehabilitated, okay? Give him a second chance. He needs to grow and learn from his mistakes. And to that I would just basically say, this is a grown man, okay? He knows what he's doing. What we've witnessed is just not forgivable. I'm sorry. That's just how this goes. And yeah, it's weird because this guy has had debates with like high-profile political figures. I'm pretty sure he debated Charlie Kirk, who's a prominent right-wing speaker. And for some reason, he has a lot of street cred on BreadTube, and, that's left-wing politics side of the internet, which is insane to me. And not just because he's a perv who should be behind bars, but because his actual takes and what he says, like his ideas, which are what got him popular, are just horrible. I mean, recently he started beef with Asmongold and tried to convince his audience that Asmongold is a Nazi or something. Like, check this shit out.
Asmongold TV, Why Japanese Games Go Woke. I used to think of Asmongold as like, I always knew he was a conservative, and there's no forgiving that, of course.
And then trying to change the way and...
he's doing the Gamergate thing. He's doing the like, SJWs have infiltrated our media, and they're trying to wokely change stuff. He's just jumping right to this. Unironically, this is why a lot of Gamergaters ended up becoming Nazis.
Funny woman. We are all talented, funny, powerful women. We are out here. It's going to happen. Deal with it. I'm sorry you're not getting laid. It's not about you. Move on.
And you enable this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, this guy's got a crazy, like, he's really dedicated.
Bro, I can't deal with it. Dude, I heard that Asmongold was like a depressed NEET who had like piss jars piling up in his streaming room. I didn't realize it had gotten so bad he was watching Rev Says Desu videos. Holy shit. Why do they have to make it so easy? Why can't it just be he has a bad opinion? Why it can never just be like this guy has a bad opinion. It's like, no, he's like the most revolting human on the planet.
Okay, that's just rich, especially after what we saw today. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you have the pass to ever describe somebody else's lifestyle or them in general as revolting after what we've seen come from your hard drive, buddy. It's crazy how this guy lacks the self-awareness that much. Like, I'm sorry, you can say what you want about Asmongold, but if you're gonna call someone else revolting, you can't have those sorts of desires when it comes to animals, bro. Like, you're quite literally a freak of nature, and you just don't belong in society, you know? I notice a lot of the Vaush adjacent leftist streamers, they like to act like they're normal people in society. I mean, to be fair, like, right-wingers do this too. I think everybody does it, right? Like, the right will be like, well, I'm just an average person, and the left will be like, well, actually, no, my ideas are more mainstream now, and it's just, I can't help but feel like when the bread tubers do it, it's a little bit more comical because it's like, no, you're really not an average person. You're really not a normal human. Like, I don't agree with the dude, but Ben Shapiro is far more normal than you, and it's not even close. Okay? Also, who saves adult material to their computer anymore? Like, are we living in, like, dial-up ages? Why don't you just, like, I'm not saying you should be watching this stuff because it's bad for you, but do you, like, need it to be saved to your hard drive? Like, shouldn't that just be gone? Like, do you not feel any embarrassment, like, afterward, that, you know, PNT, that post-clarity, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I feel, and this guy's 29 years old, by the way, almost 30 years old, getting anime horse material saved to his hard drive and it gets leaked to his live stream. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm gonna end off the video with this clip.
I think my favorite Vaush clip of all time was when Vaush debates black people. He gets possessed by his Gusano slave-owning ancestors.
Actually politically represent my interests.
I'm not. My point here ain't about criticizing your vote. It's that only 2 people were going to be president, and there are
Right,
only
but
2 real paths to FBI.
No. But those are 2 different.
You got that plantation riz. Hell yeah.